Welcome to Language Hut. In this video deals with 6th standard prose 1 term 3 who owns the water section 2. Before getting into the lesson, just see the tough words and their meanings. First one, sniffed. It means to breathe in air in a noisy way. Second one, whined. It means made a high pitched cry. Third one, snarled. It means made a deep angry noise. Next one, soaked. It means completely wet. Next one, wallowed. It means to lie and roll in mud. Next one, multitude. It means a large number of people. Next one, trampling. It means crushing. Before getting into the section 2, just see the glimpse of section 1. So, in that section 1, we have seen a small tiny bird. It's searching a place to lay its egg. But there is no sign of bushes and trees because it was a dry area. Finally, it discovered a shallow depression in that ground and it lay its egg. The little bird protected her baby until they were big enough to fly. After that bird, the small hole was occupied by the boar. While sleeping, the boar stretched his hands and legs. So for that, the little hole was become a wide one. So this is what section 1. We'll see the remaining stories in section 2. See the first paragraph. A pack of wild dogs catching the scent of boar in the wind came to the spot where he had lain. So, a pack of wild dogs, that means a group of wild dogs following the scent. Scent means smell of the boar in the wind came to the place where the boar slept for a while. They sniffed the circle that was rich with the smell of the animal. So the dogs were smell that the rich means high smell of the animals. They whined and snarled and dug at the smell as if digging the elusive boar himself out of the ground. So the dogs were thought that the boar still hiding in that place. Finally, realizing that there was no dinner to be found there, they departed their noses and tails high in the air. At last, the dogs were realized there was no food what they expected. After that, they leave the place. And in doing so, they left the hole a little bigger and wider than they had found it. So, in that process, the hole was again wider than before. And then what happened? You will ask. Do other animals come along too? They do indeed, my child. I told you the hole had a story to tell. So, with the curiosity, you may ask what happened to the next. Any other animals come to the hole? But the author says, yes, the hole has another story. Now, the author is going to say the story of that hole. Not long after the rain came, it poured and poured, and only those of us who have seen the monsoon will know what that means. So, soon after, it was time for rain. It rained heavily without break. It rained without stopping for 3 days and 3 nights, and the dry earth soaked up the moisture as the hungry puppy laps up milk. So it rained 3 days and 3 nights. So, how a hungry puppy drinks a milk, like that, the dry land drank all the rainwater and it retained the moisture in the surface. And the next paragraph, the whole earth smelled wet and fresh, and even the normally serious looking people in the village went around with smile on their faces. So that entire area were smelled wet and fresh. The village peoples felt happy and there were smile in their faces. The hole in the ground collected the water that fell, and around its edges the grass grew a brighter green. So automatically the hole was filled with the rainwater. The grass were grew in the edge of the hole. Soon buffaloes discovered the grassy spot, and as buffaloes want to do, they wallowed in the puddly water, turning the hole into a muddy pit. So, in that way, buffaloes discovered the grass and water, and they went to eat grass and drink water. So that buffaloes used to roll in that mud. So because of that hole was in become a muddy pit. I was not there to see, but I am told that many afternoons did the buffaloes gather, and thus with a multitude of hooves trampling at the soil. The pit that was once a tiny depression widened and grew and became a little watering hole. So here I denotes the author. So after that the author doesn't notice that hole. So in that noon time the buffaloes gathering in that place. So with their sharp feet it crushed the land. So the small depression become a wide and larger. And they all lived happily ever after, you will say in glee. But that rarely happens in real tales, my dear. There is more to go, so you will have to wait a while. So you may ask, the story ends with the happy notes, but the real tales doesn't happen like this. So the whole story is doesn't stopped here, and we have to wait for the next story. Thanks for watching. Thank you.